Hey there, YouTubers. Thought I'd make a quick video heading to the store. I have really bad drinking water here, so I go to there's a grocery store where I can refill 1-gallon jugs cheaper, so I do that. Be careful of your city water. I know we all pay taxes. That's going to get me started on my next topic, but I'm going to keep my politics. I'm going to make a statement without really saying much about my true politics. I had been planning on going to a national park, but those of us that are paying any attention to what those people, I would use the word people, in Washington are doing, we're going to find it is most likely that there will not be any visitors going to national parks for a little bit. I don't care really what side you are on, because for some reason now we all have to pick a side. I'm not going to share mine because that automatically will mean at least half the people won't like me anymore. So it's usually a good idea just to keep that out of it. But what's going on in our country now is just outrageous, and it can't be tolerated. Whether or not you agree with the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, whatever the heck you want to call it, we can't run our government this way. We just can't. Had an election, law's been on the books for 3-some years now. We had an election. It's basically a Republican plan, but Republicans have to hate it now. Don't know how much it's going to fix, but it's the law. We made it the law. And these little games they're playing where the only victims coming out of this are going to be us. We taxpayers. You just can't run a government that way. You can't say, okay, I tried 100 times to repeal something I don't like, and now I'm going to get mad and just tell you, well, you can't have the money for it. You don't do that, We're such a divided country, and, half of us... What I think is the amazing thing is how poorly it has been explained to people on how the system works, and how much lying and at least misinformation and disingenuous statements about it on both sides have been made. But the scariest part is you've got so many people that are totally worked up and angry and mad and confused. But at the same time, in this age where we can research anything, people don't do any research. We all watch cat videos on YouTube, but nobody does much more than watch cable news, whatever type of politics you want or whoever you want to not like. There's a cable channel out there for you to tell you how bad they are and how great your people are. And if we were all a little bit smarter, we would know that there's enough blame to go around and far too little praise for any of them. So I guess in my little ramble here, I think the national parks are the greatest thing our country has probably ever done, and most people watching YouTube videos about RVing, I would guess, would agree. I know politics is nasty and ugly, but this just can't be how we run our government. Have to rise above this, or it will get us all. Because to me, my personal rambling opinion, which I will try to edit this into something, my personal rambling opinion is it's okay to disagree, but you really shouldn't be disagreeable. And I also think the idea that huge corporations are trying to take over everything. They screw up our total economy and we bail them out. And now we're all going to fight with each other about the little bit of scraps to help people that are struggling. I don't get it. I don't know where the compassion and humanity is. We all need to be self-reliant, don't get me wrong. You know, but these games that politicians have played, it cost me my job. I was working for the government. Doing well, you know. Everybody did what they could to try to keep me, but there was nothing that can be done. Now, for me personally, it turned out to be a great thing because I realized I don't need that aggravation anymore. But there's a lot of good work, hard-working people that are suffering. And to continue an attitude of divisiveness and just mean-spirited behavior by both sides about every issue to where you can't even have a conversation is despicable, and it's not how our country's supposed to be. We're supposed to argue, fuss, and fight and do the best we can to get our opinion heard. But once you've lost, sadly, sometimes you have to realize you lost. And don't make a mistake of trying to construe my opinion into thinking you know which side I support. Because you would be wrong to do such. I don't know how much any of us support anymore. I think anymore it comes down to if you decide one is the lesser of the evils, don't mean it still ain't evil. Our country and our government has a lot of issues. I'm just not of the thought that the way to handle it is to break it. You know, I don't like the idea of people campaigning and winning votes by saying, I'm gonna go and work for you, the people in Washington, D.C., to break our government. No, please no. You know? You can still have different opinions and try to make it better, but I don't know. I just don't see how anybody can get through life without knowing that we all have to make compromises on every level of your life. From when you're old enough to have rational thought till you die, you gotta make compromises. The most disgusting part is how both sides are working so hard to use this as a way to raise money. Like, no matter which side you agree with, they're screwing us over and then telling us, here, contribute money to me so I can screw you over. Like, really? That takes balls right there. That takes a lot. To say, hey, contribute to my fund to screw you over. And I bet you they're making all kinds of money. Because we're all so mad that we think if we send one side or the other $5, that'll fix her. That'll get it. No, man, no. I will say this, even though I won't reveal my party preference. I am definitely not in favor of breaking it. We used to be a great country, and we can be one again. I guess my point is, I will not be going to a national park apparently anytime soon. On that note, if you have the opportunity to watch the Ken Burns National Parks little documentary he did, 7-8 sections, you know, quite a few hours. If you get a chance to watch that, you really should. That was an excellent video. Alright, that's my rambling for now, YouTubers. Have a great and wonderful day.